Hello and welcome back again. It's day seven. It's day seven of taking IELTS speaking mock test from jumping to.com, and let's start today's session. I will try to answer these questions as professionally as I can. And the first topic is about history. You will hear the questions from my laptop speaker, and I will try to answer those questions.
What did you study in history lessons when you were at school?
I used to study about the unification of Nepal, the earlier history of Nepal, about the kingdoms, about the lifestyle of people, and the hardships that people really faced in that time. Along with that, in our history subject, we are readily taught about the kings of Nepal and their role in the unification of Nepal. Nepal isn't captured by any nations till in the history. So we were taught a lot about about the unification and how Nepal fought against the foreign countries in the past.
Did you enjoy studying history at school?
Yeah, I used to enjoy. Yeah, I used to enjoy studying history at school because I was quite fascinated by the ideologies of those kings and how Nepal went from different dynasties to dynasties and how different massacres were taking place just to withhold and just to keep the throne with themselves. Other than that, I was really interested in the alliances that Nepal made with the then British company and British regime to protect the sovereignty of Nepal.
How often do you watch TV programs about history now?
Well, due to my busy schedules, I am not watching frequently those TV programs about history or any other sort of things. But I recently watched a TV series called Game of Thrones, which is about history. But that's purely a fictional story. But yeah, I do like watching history and fictional programs that were related to the kingdoms and the how is and about the lives of primitive people, and they really entertain me too.
What period in history would you like to learn more about?
Well, I haven't much read about the history of any other countries except Nepal, but talking about the Nepalese history, I would like to live in the reign of then king of Nepal, Birendra Bir Bikram Shah. People say that, and the history recites that he was very polite and helpful in nature, and they think that Nepal really developed in many sectors during his period, and I would like to stay and like to learn more about this his period if I got time, and I will certainly read more books about those time. So my first session is completed. Let's move on to section 2 of IELTS speaking. The topic is about the neighborhood you lived in when you were a child. Where in your town or city the neighborhood was? What kind of people lived there? What is was like to live in those neighborhood? Uh,
All right, let's move on to part 2. You'll have 1 minute to prepare for this section. And after that, you need to speak about the given topic for up to 2 minutes. You can use the pencil and paper provided to take notes during your preparation time. The points listed on the topic card are there to help guide your talk. When you're ready to start speaking, just let me know. Now, your preparation time starts now.
So I think my time is up. So I have to speak about the neighborhood that I lived in when I was a child. When I was child, I used to live in the village called Parseni, which is located nearly to my current residence, and I am currently living at Tulsipur. In our village, people of different ethnicities, religion, and culture were living in harmony and peace. During those times, there was a neighborhood called Rosani Aunt, and she was very helpful. And she was from a different religion. She was Christian. She was Christian. Although being from a different religion, she always used to come to our home and join us in our religious program like and festivals like Dosai and Tiyar, and we also used to go to her um, celebrations like being in a 25th December, which is Christmas Day, and other sort of festivals. She had two children, and they were of my same age, and we used to play so many outdoor games like cricket and football. And until today, we are quite in good touch with the children, and I often visit them because she is the reminiscences of my childhood, and I quite remember her till today. I have to say, living in this neighborhood was truly a blissful and joyful experience of my life. And if I have to, I really want to live in those moments again. But currently, I am living in a city, and I have to work here, and I can't go back to those village life. But I truly miss the joyful life of then, which was living in a very village, and I do miss my childhood life. So section 2 is also finished, and we'll move on to section 3. The section is all about again neighbors and facilities in cities. Let's hear the questions.
What sort of things can neighbors do to help each other?
Well, neighbors can help you in many things like just helping you to dig your garden, helping you to like with certain household things like cleaning your home, arranging your rooms, and like cooking when there are relatives in your houses. And other than that, neighbors can help in different. Well, neighbors can help you in different ways like cleaning your room, maybe digging your garden and planting the new plants that you have recently bought, or replanting the grasses. Other than that, your neighbors can help you in fields while planting crops and other vegetables. Along with that, they can also help you in those plucking plants, plucking those flowers and leaves. And they can also really help in those festivals when there are a lot of guests in your house and you don't have time to just cook food for them or make a delicious meal for them. Other than that, neighbors can help you in just in your more shared moments, just like so if someone demands in your family. And I believe that neighbors really assist you in everyday life, even if it's a simple thing, maybe brewing some lentil or just a couple of just a cooked vegetable. Yeah, maybe it's even if it's too fast.
How well do people in your country generally know their neighbors?
Well, I have to say, people in my country know very much about their neighbors. Most of the part in our country, Nepal is village, and in village there is a feeling of mutual cooperation and helping people in the neighborhoods. But even in the towns and cities like Kathmandu and Pokhara, people are really connected with their neighbors, and they take part in their different gatherings and other festivals. So I have to say, neighbors in Nepal are really connected with each other, because most of the times each community is characterized based on their religion and caste. So so they belong to the same caste, and they really get connected with the same caste. So I have to say, people in Nepal are really close to each other.
How important do you think it is to have good neighbors?
I truly believe that having a good neighbor is a blessing, because it's your neighbor who is going to help you in every occasion if you are in a some sort of difficult situations. Like they can help you in managing your daily life, and other than that, they can help you in your painful and uh, shared situations, like someone demise in your family. Other than that, having a good neighbor is a sense that gives you a sense of security in your locality. Like it's better to have a neighbor who works in a law firm rather than having a person who is like a robber or other thing. So I truly believe that it's very very important to have a good neighbor, and have a good reach, and you must have a good you need to have a good conversation and understanding with your neighbors to have a good and happy life.
Which facilities are most important to people living in cities?
I believe facilities like clean drinking water, healthy sanitation, and transportation, and easier reach to hospitals and other facilities, and other than that, easier reach to their local departmental store to buy groceries, are the most important thing that people need in the cities. Other than these are really essential, because in the cities there is more chaos and Markazi and busy streets, so you need a good facility of fresh and clean drinking water, because your body is kept healthier by water. And so if you are having a really polluted water, then that will really degrade and harm your health. So so even if your health is harmed, if your city has um, good facility of health and health sector, then it's easier for you to do the regular medical checkups and keep you fit and healthy.
How does shopping in small local shops differ from shopping in large city center shops?
I think shopping in small local shops is quite easier rather than shopping in large city malls, because the local shops are in comparatively smaller in size, and you may find your required goods within a small section of that shop, as compared to their city shops, which are very large and multi-story buildings, where you have to take a lift or a escalator to reach to the certain flat of that building to reach a certain product. And shopping in a small shops is quite saves your time as compared to shopping in our large malls. Other than that, maybe you could get